Disappointed. But as Dawood said, the job will only be half done, because I'll be demanding things that I'm unable to make happen. If, on the other hand, on the 3rd of May, all 12 of this wonderful, magnificent dozen are elected to the council, we will hold the balance of power in this city, and nothing will happen unless we agree to it. That's the key point. People ask me, will you go into alliance? Never. We'll never go into alliance with these discredited parties. We'll decide issue by issue what we're going to do, how we're going to vote. But if we hold the balance of power, nothing will happen in this city unless we agree to it. So it better be the best thing for this city if you're going to bring it forward. And on the same day, if we can get a huge yes vote, a magnificent majority for the directly elected mayor, which takes place in November, I promise you, we'll be running for mayor, we will win the mayoralty, and Bradford will change forever on that day in November. I promise you that. I can promise you that, because the only conceivable rival that we would have for mayor is that head of that rotting fish that Elias is going to chop off on the 3rd of May. All these victories will be important. But Imran Hussain, I ran away Hussain, he's history. He's history. Ian Greenwood will be history. They don't have anybody else. And the Tories and the Liberals will be lucky to save their deposit. We will elect the mayor of Bradford, somebody we can be proud of, somebody that can work with the MP to really change things. And I promise you, 2012 is a historic year for Bradford. It will never be forgotten, 2012. I promise you that. So you need to spread the word about these candidates. You need to help them. You need to give them campaign donations so that they can mount the best campaign that they can. I'll be on top of my open top bus, as always, going around all the wards, especially in the last week of the campaign. We want to recreate that sense of Bradford Spring, that sense of excitement, that sense of change and possibility. We want to recreate that between now and the 3rd of May, and I believe that we can and must do so. But I have other tasks for you too. The first one is this. I've looked at the membership list of the Respect Party in Bradford, and it's very, very impressive, but it's not as impressive as this room. So if you haven't yet joined the party, please join the Respect Party, because from now on, every decision that we make will be made democratically. One man, one woman, one vote, but only the members can vote. So you have to join to choose the candidates, to shape the policy, to design the tactics and the strategy. So please, either on the website, respect.org, or my friends from the Manchester head office, I've got a word to say about that in a second. There, Clive, our National Secretary, is waving it at the back. We've got a lot of membership forms. Fill them in here now. Pay your 10 quid for the year and join Respect, because of two important things that you need to know. First of all, we're already creating jobs in the city. We have moved the national headquarters of Respect from Manchester to Bradford, and it will be in Grattan Way and opening soon. And thanks to our friends, you know who they are, thanks to our friends at Chambers Solicitors, our landlord, it will be, without qualification, the best party headquarters of any party in the United Kingdom, because I've seen it. I can promise you that that will be so. And secondly, because the Respect National Conference will be held here in Bradford. We're going to make sure all roads lead to Bradford. Everybody has to come to Bradford. Everybody, if they want to understand what's happening in British politics. But you can't come to the conference unless you're a member. And it'll be a very, very important conference with speakers from around the world as well as around Britain. And workshops and teach-ins. It'll be really something to be at. Secondly, I haven't had much time to deal with this, but yesterday I drove from Bradford to Luton and back again, 7-hour round trip, in order to address a fundraising lunch in Luton for the next Viva Palestina Arabia siege-breaking convoy to Gaza, which leaves next Sunday from Bradford. So, I know it's late in the day, but if any of you fancy a trip to Gaza, get yourself a van, get yourself the money for the petrol, get 2 people at least to go in the van, fill the van with good things, and come with our convoy to Gaza, leaving at midday next Sunday from Chambers Car Park. Next Sunday at midday. I need vans to join the convoy. But if you can't come on the convoy, because all the Arabic TVs and all the other international TVs will be there, we need, because the footage from next Sunday will be watched in Gaza. And I need you to do this for me. I need a gigantic car cavalcade to accompany the convoy out of the city of Bradford, with all flags flying, horns tooting, music playing, sending this convoy on its way. I've been drumming up cars to join this cavalcade that can't go to Gaza but can give a great send-off to those who are going to Gaza. And somebody said to me, well, we'll get the Lamborghinis out again. I said there's a problem with that, because the event is going to be seen in Gaza, and when the convoy arrives, they're going to say, where's the Lamborghini? They're going to think we sold it on the way. But seriously, please, if you've got a car, you've got a van, you've got a truck, come to Gaza. If you can't come to Gaza, come to the send-off in Chambers Car Park. And that cavalcade will drive in Manningham, in Toller, around the university. It'll drive around the city before it heads out of the city. Let's cheer the people in Gaza up that Bradford, whilst it may not officially be, Bradford is their sister city in England and has never forgotten them and will never forget them. So do that, please, for me. Kevin, have I forgotten anything? I have to say a word about Toller. Not because our candidate was cheated out of the right to contest that election, not because our voters now no longer have the ability to vote for Respect, which thousands of them wanted to do, not because we're taking legal action on this, but for another reason. And I want you all, if you know him or you know anyone connected to him, to give him this message from me. Councillor Arshad Hussain is being sued by me for £100,000 plus costs for sending a fantastically libelous, defamatory text from his own telephone. That's how stupid these people are. He sent it from his own telephone to some of my friends who captured it on a screenshot and who gave it to my lawyers who have served them the writ. And somebody asked me last night, is there any way it can be patched up? I said, no. He gives me £100,000 or I'm taking his house. And I quite like to live in Taller. I mean, I quite like Hollings Road, but I understand his house is nicer than mine. But I'll tell you this, even if that councillor wins the election because we've not been allowed to stand, he'll be disqualified as a convicted criminal by the time that this campaign is finished. And he'll have to resign in any case. Then we'll have the mother of all by-elections in the Taller ward. They'll be sorry, actually. They'll be sorry they didn't let us stand in the first place. We might have beaten them by a few hundred votes in a general council election. We'll beat them by thousands of votes when the by-election takes place in Taller. So, I have to go and open another venue, second venue of the day. I'm not used to this celebrity treatment. I can't tell you how happy I am. Maybe it's obvious. I can't tell you how happy I am and how happy you've made me, how you've changed my life, how your support has allowed me to walk into that Parliament tomorrow, standing tall, looking them all in the eye and saying, I'm back. Thank you.
Thanks so much, George, and thanks to all of you. If I could, thank you. If I could ask people just to stay in their seats for a few more moments before we eat, please. If people could just resume their seats for a few more moments. There are some important things for us to get through.